do survive. And Revenge of the Fallen Megatron is alive and well. I love this design. I love ROTF. I just love Michael Bay Megatron in general. I love Hugo Weaving Megatron. And Yolopark has made an AMK Pro of ROTF Megatron. This figure looks incredible. Special thanks to Yolopark for sending this out. They're always hooking me up with these super awesome AMK Pros, and I'm forever grateful to Yolopark for allowing me the privilege of having some of the first looks at a lot of these figures. This Megatron is looking fantastic so far. It looks so cool. And if you're interested in some Yolopark products, you can use my link down below. Just using the affiliate link helps out the channel. But if you do want to get a discount on standard AMK figures, not including AMK Pro, you can use my discount code JCC and save 5%. Works for standard AMKs like Rise of the Beast, Transformers 1, and the more recent G1 AMKs. But as always, that line art just looks so cool. There's definitely a lot of lines, though, for ROTF Megatron. A lot of lines. But yeah, I've grown to love the ROTF Megatron design. I still think I prefer the first movie design for Megatron, but I do acknowledge that the ROTF design is bulkier. He's got the big fusion cannon arm. A little bit more iconic to just the character of Megatron. So, as always, we're going to go ahead and do an unboxing on this guy, and I will build him off camera, because building these on camera stresses me out, so I don't do it anymore. But let's slip this guy out, get my first impression of these pieces, and yeah, that's looking cool. Oddly enough, I'm not seeing the head on the first tray. That's peculiar. Usually the head's like right up there. But it looks like we have some various armor panels. Honestly, I can't even lie, except for the hands. I can't even recognize where a lot of these parts go on the body. That's just how movie designs are. That's just how they are. But I still love them. I still love the Michael Bay designs. There's the head right there. Oh, that looks awesome. Does he have an articulated jaw? Looks like he might. Oh my gosh, that's sweet. Of course, we'll get a better look at this once I get him all built. He's got his big old tread feet. Oh my gosh, I love it. His big old bulky legs. Oh, this is such a sick looking figure, dude. This is so sick looking. Are those empty trays? I'm confused. Are there supposed to be something in there? I don't know. I hope not. But those look very empty. We'll find out, I guess. We'll find out. And looks like right here, our last one is going to be the display base, as always. And he's got his super nice big, like, fusion cannon lobster claw hand. Alright, there's ROTF Megatron all unboxed. Very hyped for this figure. Very hyped. He looks incredible. Alright, I'm going to do a little jump cut, get this guy built, get the batteries in him, and we will see how Megatron turns out. You left me to die on that pathetic insect planet. So I'm just going to say right now, I am absolutely shocked to say that I think this Yolopark AMK Pro Revenge of the Fallen Megatron is my favorite figure from Yolopark so far. I'm not the biggest fan of Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. I'm not. But this figure is making me a big fan of Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. I love this thing. And I do want to say those parts in the tray that were missing, they're already attached to the legs. So we're all good. Nothing was missing. If you get yours and those trays are empty, they're already on the figure. But yeah, this guy is large. He is massive. He is so fun to play with. His detail is off the chain. I can't get over this thing. Like, this is such an incredible depiction of ROTF Megatron. And I have not been able to keep my hands off of this figure ever since I got him all built up. He has so many little moving parts, like so much that'll just like move and wiggle just for the sake of being a complex robot with articulation and things to get out of the way. Like, he is loaded. He's packed. He's incredible. I can't get over it. I absolutely can't. Before we go on about the figure, though, I do want to go on about his accessories. Just like every AMK Pro, after the initial G1s, we do have the same display base. It does have the Decepticon symbol that can be attached and has the magnet to activate his eyes. We'll look at that in a little bit. It does have the JCC 2224 patented peg system for the base. Yeah, I patented it, guys. Not only am I taking the credit for making the change, but I patented that. No, of course not. He does have this port right here by his butt. Go ahead and remove that. And I still feel like they could improve this, where I think it'd be best if they had like a port on the back. But you can see like this figure is really heavy, and this base is like able to support some of his weight, but not all of it. But if you work really hard, you could definitely get him in like a pose where he's like coming out of the ocean or something. Like if you want to pose him like that. You can see he's holding right now, but I think over time he's probably just going to droop and droop. So yeah, I'd love to see the peg port on the backs of these figures. But I feel like with this guy, with his size and everything, you might be able to get this wire adjusted just right, where you could actually use it, and you can use it as a support, and his feet will still be on the base. Yeah, you can see his feet are kind of more forward on the base. You can still use it, but I just think it'd be a lot better if he had a hole back here. And guess what, guys? It's my only criticism of this guy for the most part. Everything else is essentially perfect, I say, as I put a plug in his butt. His only other accessory is his lobster claw fusion cannon. It does have a couple hinges, so you can kind of have it, move up and down. It doesn't have the big, like, swoosh motion that the Studio Series one has, but hey, I still think it looks really, really cool. And you can swap it out with his normal arm. And I do enjoy the look of this more normal arm. He does have a hand with quite a bit of articulation. Pretty much every little knuckle you see will actually kind of move. But it's not as articulated as the other one. And for me, when I think of ROTF Megs, I think of that big old fusion cannon. So this is probably one of the last times we will be seeing this arm, because I gotta remove it. I gotta look at that fusion cannon. It's a really easy swap. Really nice sturdy peg. And there we go. There's the complete look for Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. Heck yeah. Now, just like every Yolopark AMK Pro, he does have lights. We can take the Decepticon symbol. He's got the standard 3. He's got the standard red glow. He has the flickering. I guess you can use that when Optimus is making him shoot himself in the face. And you have the pulsing. Actually, now that I just said that, I wouldn't have minded if he had came with a second head sculpt where his head was totally blasted in. That would have been cool, but I understand why they didn't. They might end up just doing a battle-damaged version like a Studio Series did. And the fusion cannon also has the same 3 lights, and it is a beautiful blue. So you have the standard light, you have the flicker, and you have the pulse. And one thing I have to say, I love the sound effect for ROTF's fusion cannon. And if I'm not mistaken, it's actually the same sound effect as my childhood Buzz Lightyear toy. Like, it literally goes pew, and it sounds exactly like a laser effect on, I think it was like a black and blue Buzz Lightyear that I had from like the Toy Story and Beyond line. It's so funny how sound effects like that are just reused in the weirdest places. But anyways, yeah, we have to look at the details on this guy, because this guy is insanely detailed. He has Cybertron hieroglyphics everywhere. He is covered in rust. He's got this coppery look to all of his paint. He looks like he just came out of the ocean. Look at all that gold. He is so beautifully painted. Everywhere, every surface, there is gorgeous paint application. I love all the different like shades of silvers and grays. Down here, like even on these panels, like look at all the paint on those panels. Or Cybertron hieroglyphs. He's got beautiful big armor plates on his feet. And these ones on the outside are die-cast. Just like all these Yolopark AMK Bros, he's got some die-cast bits sprinkled throughout, and it just amplifies the figure so much. Not really a like a paint application, but he does have a working piston in his toe. That looks incredible. I love that so much. I love this like dry brushing effect on all the treads too. They look really heavy. He's got some really heavy looking treads. I can't get over all the detail on this Megatron. And the head sculpt as well is gorgeous. This is ROTF Megatron to a T. One interesting thing though, if you start taking it apart, is you have to take it apart to like get the batteries in. Taking off those side panels, it really shows how ROTF Megatron's design is like the head design is just the first movie, but he has these big side panels added. It's kind of funny. I didn't really even realize that until I got this guy. Now for articulation on this ROTF Megatron, he has a lot of good stuff going on. So at the head, he has a ball joint and a hinge, not only at the head, but also at the neck. So you get like a lot of chicken movement, get a lot of nice tilt. It can move all the way to the side. And you do also have a jaw that can move. The jaw opens all the way. I think when it opens all the way, it looks a little silly, but you definitely like can get some nice Megatron yelling poses. Love that. He's got these little bits on his shoulders that are on ball joints to kind of get out of the way of the shoulder pads. His backpack, these thrusters are on little ball joints, which is really cool. His shoulder pads are on hinges and ball joints, so they get pretty good out of the way when you're moving the arms up. And then the arms also have like butterfly joints that move up and move forward. So you can actually get this Megatron with all that stuff going on his shoulders. You can get him in a T-pose. How crazy is that? It's absolutely crazy. And I can't express how all these joints are just buttery smooth. He does have a bicep swivel right in there. He does have double jointed elbows, which move up all of the way, which is incredible. And it goes for both arms. But this one with the big fusion cannon, it's kind of going to get in the way a little bit. The forearms can swivel on both of them. And this hand, I already went over the articulation on the other hand, but this one, like, each little knuckle. Like, I don't think the ones at the very tips, but pretty much all of them can move. Like, there's so much articulation in these fingers. It's crazy. If I went over every little bit, we would be here all day. That little knuckle moves at the tip. I guess they couldn't get them on all of them, but at least they got it on the pointer finger, I guess. I've never been able to understand Megatron's hands. Never have, never will. I already showed how his claw has a little bit of motion, but moving on to the torso, this is super impressive. So it moves back pretty decently, but look at all that tilt side to side and all this crunch forward. Like, you can really get him crunched forward. That is incredible. At the hips, his hips are on drop downs, and dropping the hips all the way down, you can move his legs all the way forward. Not having them dropped down, you can see they don't move too far forward. They move out all of the way. He does have a thigh swivel. His knees, just given the design, are a little limited, but I'm sure you saw this panel will actually slide down and move out of our way, so we can actually get a pretty decent knee articulation bend. Like, it's probably a little less than 90, but it's still something. Like, he can still get his knees bent a little bit. You know, I think it's definitely beneficial. And his knees are still on like a double hinge, but one's for like the digitigrade look for ROTF Megs. His ankles are actually pretty decent as well. They're on swivels, and they are on pivots side to side, and with that piston I showed in the front, they can move forward and back. So I just want to show a really cool pose you can get this Megatron in. Just showing you one of my more favorite poses you can get him in. You kind of get him in this nice lunge. You know, he looks like he's going after you. This is such an insane figure, dude. Yolopark, they nailed it. Like, I have pretty much no complaint. Like, this is incredible. Even in death, there is no command but mine. Ah! Alright, for some comparisons, here he is with our only other AMK Pro Bayverse figure so far. That is the Last Knight Optimus. And yeah, you can see scale's looking pretty good. I cannot wait to get like a first trilogy Optimus from Yolopark AMK Pro. That's one of my favorite designs for Optimus for any Transformer of all time. And I think it's going to look fantastic with this Megatron. Here he is with the other AMK Pro that Yolopark sent out to me for this little review cycle. The Soundwave. You would think Soundwave would be my favorite of the two because he's my favorite character. But no, he is not nearly as fun as this Megatron. Don't get me wrong, still love the Soundwave. But this Megs, dude, he's just bringing something else to the table entirely. I'm sure you guys want to see it. Here he is with the Studio Series ROTF Megatron. This is the Bayway knockoff. And you can see the Bayway knockoff did a great job with the paint deco. Like, it's got that coppery silver color to it. It's got the gold highlights. Like, that paint deco is incredible. But you can definitely see the proportional differences between the Studio Series, which is a figure that has to transform, and the Yolopark AMK Pro, which is a robot replica. Yeah, both of them are very, very good figures and very good depictions of the character. But for me, whenever I'm wanting to pick up an ROTF Megatron, I know which one I'm going for. And here he is with Revenge of the Fallen Deluxe Class Breakaway, because we all love Breakaway. If you want to see me talk about ROTF Breakaway, check out Dumb Jake's YouTube channel. He just posted a super big video on the Revenge of the Fallen toy line, and I hijacked the video and talked about Breakaway. I just figured I would go ahead and plug that, because we're talking about an ROTF toy here, and I still had Breakaway on the desk. Well, guys, there is my look at the Yolopark AMK Pro Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. I still can't believe this is my favorite Yolopark figure, but it is. Like, it makes my soul so happy on every front, in every level. This is an incredible, incredible figure. Truly replicates the look of ROTF Megatron perfectly. The paint's insane, the articulation's great, the detail, like, all the moving bits, the lights, everything about this guy is great. My only real criticism is that I wish there was a port for the stand on his back instead of in between his legs. That's my only criticism. Other than that, Yolopark, keep doing what you're doing. You are making incredible stuff, and I would like to thank you once again for sending this out for review. This is such a stunning figure, and I am very, very fortunate to have taken a look at it for you guys here today. Thank you again, Yolopark, and also thank you to my channel members. Thank you all so much for your continued support. Let me know what you thought about this figure down in the comments below. Have a great one, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.